Every day feels the same. As some of you may know, I'm currently doing a semester of online classes. This means that I don't really have to go outside. This daily routine can feel a lot like Groundhog Day. I often even lose track of what day it is because of how similar my days feel. I think having a routine is a good thing. It helps you to know what your days will look like, and it generally makes me more productive. But after a while, it does get a little boring. But that's why today, I want to change things up. Make things a little less boring. If you want your life to feel like a movie, then you're gonna need a banger soundtrack. Whenever I'm studying, I like to start off with something upbeat, especially during the day. Although sometimes, I do get a little distracted. Okay, maybe a lot distracted. At night, I like to switch things up to something a little bit more chill. Normally, it's a mixture of lo-fi, ambient rain sounds, library chatter, things like that. Some days, all I want to do is stare out the window, watch the rain pour, and question the meaning of life. But other days, I feel like Beyonce can't even match my energy because the song I have playing is just so good. Sometimes, I do both of these things in the same day. Talk about mood swings. A lot of the times, if I'm feeling bored, it just means that I have to go outside. You know, touch some grass for once. I think that's the one thing I miss about in-person classes. It's being forced to go outside and see people. I guess work does the same thing, but I don't know. Every now and then, it is nice to willingly just go to a park and have a picnic. But what happens when the music stops and you realize you're alone at the park and you still feel bored? Now what? Being a new content creator, I have always felt the need to show you guys new things. And whenever I do video research, which I do a lot of, I end up having to watch a lot of vlogs, a lot of primarily study vlogs, and maybe like the occasional travel vlog, and just good videos in general that perform well on YouTube. And I take inspiration from that because if it works for them, then maybe it can work for me too. But I think the trap that I often fall in is comparing my day-to-day lives with theirs. Because what I've noticed is that I take YouTube as entertainment, but when you get into the vlog territory, a lot of it, especially the kind of influencer type vlogs, they seem very raw and they seem very genuine. And I think that some of them are like just genuinely amazing people. But what we don't see is that there is so much pre-production and planning that happens for every video. And within the editing phase, there's so much that is edited out. So all the filler stuff we say, all of the rants I go on that you guys don't get to see, all of that stuff gets cut. And I think it's just when I started to internalize, maybe subconsciously, that their edited vlogs are their normal lives, because that is what a vlog is. It's supposed to capture your normal day-to-day life. But vlogs just seem so exciting all the time. And that's when I kind of fell into this trap of thinking like, why isn't my life as interesting? And I think that's what YouTube is really good at doing. It's really good at blurring the lines between social media and normal media. Like for example, like if you're watching Jurassic World, you wouldn't really think, wow, the main character is so relatable because they can see dinosaurs, right? Because you know that there is so much work that happens to make films like that. And you know that each of the characters has been carefully written, carefully scripted. All of their lines that they say has been, passed by multiple people. So you know that it's not real life. But then when you take YouTube and you have this raw filter being put out, But in reality, it's not raw. There is so much editing that goes into a good YouTube video. There are definitely some vloggers and people out there who post very like genuine content, and kudos to them. But the vast majority of YouTubers, we rely on finding interesting things and we highlight them and we make them bigger to make them even more interesting, because just nowadays like people's attention spans are low, so we need to really capture what's interesting. And I think we need to start thinking, when you're watching YouTube, think of it like you're watching Netflix. No different. Most of the things are scripted, and when you see it through that lens, then I think it becomes a little bit more fun, because you get to see the artistry that goes into making videos and you're not comparing their final output with your own life. Because I think that's something that I've fallen into that has made me kind of rethink what life should be. A lot of vloggers often go out every day, it seems. They fly to cool places, and I think that's kind of a dangerous way to see the world, because that's not really how the world normally functions. Once I made that realization, then that's kind of when I started to enjoy the boring days, because then it made the not so boring days even more special. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this vlog, you might enjoy this one as well, where I procrastinate on my midterms. And I won't waste any more of your time. Again, thank you so much for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.